Hey y'all, I'm Danny, and this is Heard. Hey guys, welcome back to Heard the Podcast. I am your host, Danny. You can find Heard the Podcast on YouTube, HER''D the podcast. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe up, sub up, all those good things. Like, share again. If you get tired of it, like, share again, one more again. If you do it one more time, do it a couple more times, and after the couple more times, do it again and again and again. Anywho, we're also available on all podcast streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Google, everywhere you can stream podcasts. We're there. And I'm on TikTok. We're on TikTok at Heard Pod, HERD Pod, POD on TikTok. Make sure you guys follow the TikTok and all those things, and go ahead and repost and like and comment and all those good things too. Hopefully, before the year is up, I'll be telling you about my Twitch channel, because we want to work up and get to that. Hi J Rob, how are you?
I'm doing good. How's everything?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
So what were you saying about your hair? You said that you're growing your hair out. What's going on? Because J Rob has like a little bit of a fro right now, and I was just wondering if he was like going for like a new look in the new year, or was like he trying to go like the natural route. Like, sometimes guys have like their natural phase where like, they do like the free form locks, they do the locks, they do the they have like their earthy vibe, their earthy phases. So I was wondering if you had like an earthy phase going on, if you going like the natural route, because usually J Rob has a tapered fade, but now it's you know what I'm saying. So like, what's going on?
I'm going the Grand Rising Queen phase.
It's giving Grand. So you going the Grand you going the Grand Rising phase? I'm definitely in my Grand Rising phase. You see this teeny weeny afro and this little bit of a twist out, child. But no, I had to actually. Did I talk about how I had to get like 3 inches of my hair cut off? Yeah. I think like I know. So a few episodes ago, I had like this white and black crocheted bucket hat on, and like I guess I had like a corduroy black jumpsuit on, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but my hair was really short. Because I had like a lot of, like, I neglected my hair care, and I had to pay the consequences. I had to go to the hair salon. They was like, yeah, your hair is broken. Like, I have breakage in the back part of the middle of my hair is really bad. So they had to cut off a lot of my hair. And so right now I'm just trying to nurse my hair back to health. So I have like this teeny weeny afro going on now because they cut off 3 inches. But yeah, I was doing too many slick backs and too many ponytails like that in that area. Yeah. And the area where my ponytail will be at is really, I'll show you off air, because it's like I'll show you off air, J Rob, because you can see it. But like it's like broken off really bad in the back of my hair. So like yeah, so I have to like start over, which is fine, whatever. Like I have no shame in my game. I love my little fro, okay, period. I haven't had a perm since 2012, honey.
There you go.
So yeah, right now I'm rocking the teeny weeny fro right now. Yeah, so I was talking to my friend actually this morning, and she was talking about how she might want to cut her hair because Teyana Taylor has this really, really, really cute haircut right now. It's more of like it I guess you can kind of still call it like a pixie cut, but it's like a more of a grown out pixie cut where like she has like pin curled swoops almost. And I used to have that hairstyle back in like my early years of college, before I fully transitioned into natural, because when I went natural, I did a big chop, but before I did the big chop, I let my hair grow. I cut it gradually. Then I let it grow some more, and then I ended up doing the big chop. But before I had the big chop, I had like the like the swoops, the short haircut with the swoops. I'll get it silk pressed in the swoop situation. I would pin curl it and I'll go to sleep. But I was telling my friend, I was like, I kind of want to do that, but then I don't, because like I'm still kind of heavy set, and on top of that, like short haircut on me, being like the big voluptuous girl I am, I feel like I would really give auntie. Like it would really add years on me, and like I already have short hair right now, so I feel like it really adds a few years on me. I was talking to my niece this morning too. I FaceTimed her. She like 14, and I was like, how old do you think I am? And like I was just wondering like how old she think I am. And it was giving cute. She was saying, oh, what, like 27, 29, 20, because I always get 27 for some reason. Because I used to think like boys would just say that to me just to be nice. But then like I'm like, okay, maybe I do still look 27. Yeah. I don't know. You don't look old. I don't know. Do I look seasoned? Yeah. I look seasoned? Yeah. Because I feel like looking seasoned still kind of gives auntie.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Do I give auntie yet or no?
Not yet.
Okay, because I was asking her, I said, do I look like an auntie? And she was like, you was an auntie when you was 12, because my sister had kids when I was 12.
All right.
So I always been an auntie.
That's what I said.
But it's like you know what I'm saying? But anywho, child. So yes. So just a couple quick things before we get to the herd on the curb segment, which is our topic segment. So we talked about my hair. I reminded y'all to subscribe. I'm reminding y'all again to subscribe to the goddamn YouTube channel. Goddamn it, HER_VD the podcast. Subscribe. ASAP.
Why you going? Now they gonna flag your page for that.
What?
Yeah, you know people be annoyed with audio quality.
Real quick though, I went to the gym this morning. Mm-hmm. I made sure to go to the gym this morning, and let me know if I'm being a bitch. Okay, so I went to Planet Fitness, right? Uh-huh. And I guess, and I guess at Gold's too, they have the same thing, whatever. So I guess they have certain things where like it's, they have like the main area where the treadmills and things like that. And then they have other sections where you can do lifting and all these things, right? So I was in one section where I was doing, like the bicep, tricep, like the pull down situation. And I guess those areas are supposed to be timed, or they have like whatever, like, but who timed? Yeah, they have like timed. It's like I don't know, but it's no one really follows it. You're at the gym working out, bitch. Like leave me alone, right? For sure. So anyway, this morning I was in the area where I was doing pull downs for the bicep tricep area. The situation I was doing the pull downs, and so of course I'm doing. I guess you call it reps, where like I'm doing like I'm doing like 10 at a time, like making sure I get doing 10 sets. Mm-hmm. Or I'm sorry, I do sets 10 whatever reps I get, whatever, right?
10 sets, 20 reps.
Okay, like so whatever, right? So then, so I'm like making sure it's at a challenging weight, and I'm pushing myself. Like, okay, I'm going to do 10 at a time, right? So I did my 10, sitting there resting. While I'm sitting there chilling, about to start again, I'm on the phone with my friend. So I guess maybe I was, I guess when someone's on the phone, maybe people think that they're not paying attention, or they think that they're not being serious about where they're at. I don't know. But anyway, I was sitting chilling for a little bit, and I was on the phone with my friend. So I'm doing it again, sitting chilling, right? I'm not thinking about the time, but I feel like I was over there between 5 and 10 minutes, whatever, but I'm at the gym, so I don't give a fuck. And I just got done doing a damn hour and a half on the damn treadmill. Leave me alone. So a gentleman, I guess he looked like he probably could be my grandfather, or maybe like I say probably like he probably be like 65, 70 years old type shit, right? So he comes up to me, mind you. I'm on the area where they're doing the lifting and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's maybe like 2 other people on the far end. No one's over there for real, and there's like multiple machines over there, right? So I'm doing my shit and I'm chilling. While he sees me chilling, right? He comes over to me, so he's like, hey, I want to get on here, like we're doing workouts and stuff, and like, you've been on here. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, we're doing workouts, like, you're over here, like, we're doing, it's timed. I'm like, I said, well, I'm not done yet. So I turn away. And he's like, okay. So then he goes and tells on me to the person in the front counter, like whatever, right? He goes and gets the guy that's at the front counter. The guy had to be like maybe like around 25 years old, right? I've seen him before because I go to Planet Fitness all the time, or I go to Planet Fitness enough times. I don't go all the time because you see I'm still kind of chunky, but whatever. So he goes over to the guy at the thing, and he tells on me, I guess, whatever, says I'm over here, whatever, right? So the guy comes to me and says, hi, yeah, I heard that you were over here for a prolonged time, and this is like a 30-minute workout area, and you're only supposed to really be at each machine for 1 minute. I was like, that doesn't make any sense to me. If you're supposed to be at each machine for 1 minute, and it's like 7 machines over here, and then you said it's a 30-minute workout area, I don't understand that. But anyway, so I'm like, I said, I only been here for like 10 minutes, right? I said 10 minutes, but I feel like I really was there for like maybe like 6 minutes, right? Whatever, right? 7 minutes, whatever, right? He's like, well, that's still kind of, it's supposed to be 1 minute per machine or some shit he said. I said, well, I'm not done yet. Like, I said, the only reason you're coming over here, I come here all the time. I said, the only reason you're coming here to me and saying this to me is because that man told on me. That's the only reason you came here and said that to me. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, well, you said that you were over here for 10 minutes. I said that after you already came over here to me. You came over here to me because the guy came to you and told on me. I said, I'm going to do this. And is it fine if I go to this machine afterwards? Because I want the next machine I was planning on doing was the leg press. Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this, and I'm going to the leg press machine. Can I do that? Like, is that fine? Like, because I'm being an asshole. Because I'm like, you're not doing this. He was like, okay, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, this area is timed, but over there, the other side of the gym has the same machines, and that's unlimited. So in my mind, I'm like, the guy can just do that. Why he on my fucking dick? If it's over the same shit over there, the guy can go over there then. Like, what? No. So I said, okay, I'm going to finish here, then I'm going to do that, and that's what I'm going to do. Whatever. And the guy was like, okay, fine, it's fine, whatever. He walked away. Because I'm like, he's like, he don't really give a fuck either, but it's like the nigga went and told him. But I'm just like, and I'm on the phone with my friend the whole time, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, he really told on you? Like, they do the same thing at Go's Gym. Like, people act like they can't, they act like, they got to be timed, and it was just like, nigga, you can just sit and wait. Like, if I had went into the gym and there was someone on a machine that I want to be at, I would go somewhere else and do something else in the meantime. I just would. It's a gym. You want a VIP treatment, pay for VIP gym.
Or just buy a home.
This ain't Equinox, bitch. Like, what the fuck? And don't come to me. You're a customer just like I am. Don't come to me and say, oh, can you get, like, no. And I said, the only reason that the thing is, like, you think I'm prolonged because he said I'm prolonged. Mm-hmm. See, now if I was really trying to give it, I would like, no, I'm not. He's lying. Now what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, no. So I sat there and I did 2 extra more reps, and then I went to the leg press, and I took my damn time on the leg press too. Cause what? No. That was my little petty story for today.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think I was being a bitch for like standing up for myself? Like,
no, you standing up for yourself, but I mean, I didn't know about the time thing. That's crazy.
I didn't know about that either. Like, how you say it's a 30-minute area, but then it's a 1 minute limit on each machine, huh?
And it's an unlimited area, all that crazy. Yeah.
And then the other side has the same stuff. He can go on the other side then. Leave me alone. What?
I don't know.
What? Anyway. So one more thing before I get to the topics, right? Did you hear about Forever 21 like closing down?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you think about that? It's like an end of an era. Like,
yeah, we're in a whole new era, age, the way people consume things.
Yeah, like Fashion Nova and Shein and all them knocked them out of business. Do you think they could have done something more to stay relevant?
I don't know.
I don't think so either, because like
they haven't been on my mind. Like, you know how, you gotta be on people's mind, but I haven't thought about Forever 21.
Yeah, we have so many other options. Like, Fashion Nova is the thing now. But I remember when like Forever 21 was the go-to shop for especially last minute things. Right. That was the go-to place. That was like the go-to place. But I think a couple of months ago, I went into Forever 21 just to like see if I could, because I had like a birthday dinner to go to, and I ended up figuring out what I was going to do. But I went to Forever 21 to see if I can get like a jacket or something real quick. This was like, just trying to see what I could do. And I went to the store, and like they have nothing in there. Like, it's just like, it's like blah.
That's it.
Like, it's nothing like to draw you in anymore like it used to be.
That's the answer right there.
Like Fashion Nova really swept up the game.
That's the answer right there.
But like, I just have so much history with Forever 21. Like, that really was like the go-to place, like especially in college. And like most of my wardrobe was Forever 21 at one point, and now most of my wardrobe is like Fashion Nova and like Cider and like other places. You know what I'm saying? But I still I try to mix it up because I don't want to look too uniform with the Fashion Nova look. But like, it's just mainly I go to like when it's like urgent, which is a lot of times it's urgent for me to get something real quick. Like, I go straight to Fashion Nova. Right. But remember, it was one episode. I'm gonna tell you more about my history with Forever 21. I used to work at Forever 21 in college. I think I was 19. I was 19 when I started working at Forever 21. I was 19 and I ended up leaving after I transferred to Towson and I moved to Baltimore. But I used to work at Forever 21 in DC.
Oh, damn.
At Metro Center, right?
Mm-hmm.
They already closed down that Forever 21 a long time ago. Yeah. But I used to work there. Remember that episode when I was talking about how I got into a fight outside of the store I used to work at?
That was the one.
It was Forever 21. I got into a fight outside. Well, I got into like an altercation. They stopped it before it got too crazy. Right. But I got into an altercation right outside of my job, which was Forever 21. At Metro Center, right at the top of the escalators. So it was like right there in front of everybody. It was a lot going on. Wow. Yes, and they were mad that they didn't fire me, and they fired the other girl.
Yeah.
Yes. They fired the other girl. They fired the other girl because you can see it was still on camera, and you could see that the girl like waited outside for me, and it escalated from that. And like they ended up keeping me, but they fired her, and like her friends that still worked there were mad. And they didn't like me or whatever, but yeah, I told a story about that. I think the story is still on my the clip is still on my Instagram page.
Like 50 episodes.
HERD the podcast. It's still up there. I think it's like maybe a few episodes, like maybe not too much. It's still on my page. I cleared out a lot of my stuff on my Instagram page, so it's easy to find. You can do a couple scrolls and you'll probably find it. But yes, the store was Forever 21. I didn't say what the store was before, but yes, the store was Forever 21. Yes, and crazy. I used to work there, and then so around like 1920. I was really into like my Afrocentric phase. I was really into like thrift store looks, and I was really into Forever 21 because I used to work there, so I would get my discounts and stuff. And I used to really be up in there and get pulling my outfits together from my little check and my little 10% off discount they would give us. They would give us 10% off. But yeah, I used to really pull some looks together from. I was in there deep. So the history with me and Forever 21 runs deep. Right. Okay, right. So yes,
they paid.
Yes, child. Anywho's. Anyway, on to our topic segment called Heard on the Curb. All right, guys, some things happened this week. I'm going to discuss the Jess hilarious Loren LoRosa Breakfast Club debacle. But actually, I was debating whether, because, we shoot this podcast once a week. And then it takes like a day or so, or 2 days or so, or 3 days or so for me to like actually upload it. I'm getting better with that. But I was thinking, right? I had the thought, because it happened, like everything happened, like I think the whole thing popped off like on Tuesday or some shit like that. Yeah. It was early. And then like but it played out for the rest of the week. Right. And I almost was about to like make a TikTok about my thoughts. I almost did that. And I probably will do that sometimes with certain topics or whatever before I record, if it's like too far in between. I almost did that, but I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't, because more played out. It unraveled a little bit more. So I was like, you know what? I can still talk about it or whatever. Right. People are still discussing it, whatever, right? So I'm gonna sum it up for you. So Angela Yee left the Breakfast Club, and for like a year they were auditioning different people to fill her slot. Jess Hilarious is one of the recurring guest co-hosts that came on. Loren LoRosa was also a guest co-host a couple times, but the internet really urged for Jess Hilarious to be hired, and I'm one of them. I remember she made a post. I think she made a post. Like a clip from one episode on there, or I don't know what she was doing, but I remember I commented. I was like, I said we need to start a petition to have her on the show. I commented under her post, and she pinned it. And I tried to go back and see if I can find it, but I couldn't find it, and I was getting impatient. I was like, fuck it. But anyway, she had a post on her page right before she got hired, and I was like, let's start a petition to get her hired or whatever. And she liked it. She pinned it. So if you guys watch this and you guys know what post I'm talking about, like, let me know, like, whatever. But she pinned my comment, and I was like, yes, yay, whatever. But anyway, so they ended up hiring Jess Hilarious, and which was a great decision. But with the Breakfast Club, right? They're one of the longest running radio. Like it's a cultural staple, all that stuff, right? But nowadays we have so many podcasts now, and so many, we're getting more into streaming as well. You know what I'm saying? But like we have like the Club Shay Shays, the Joe Budden podcast, the Rory and Mal, and all these other podcasts, and you know what I'm saying? Like so like they're trying to keep up, and I feel like at one point their ratings weren't really giving at some point or whatever. So I guess they saw that the internet really was rooting for Jess Hilarious, so they wanted to go with what the internet wants. The audience does decide at the end of the day, and especially it's a lot of pressure with all these new podcasts, and especially with Club Shay Shay. Even after that Cat Williams Club Shay Shay thing, like after the Club Shay Shay Cat Williams interview, I feel like a lot of different platforms tried to do a shift. Everyone is, I feel like everyone is super intentional with the guests they have on their show. They're super intentional on the guests they have on their show, and they're super intentional on the questions they ask, and they make sure to ask the most viral questions because they want the clicks, they want the clips, they want all these things. Like of course that's always the goal with these platforms, but I just feel like for me, I noticed I noticed that people are really trying to do that after the Cat Williams thing. Because I feel like the Cat Williams interview with Club Shay Shay, it really shifted everything. It put Club Shay Shay, up there some more. You know what I mean? So now everyone's trying to be on Club Shay Shay now, like everybody, and everyone's trying to, and everyone's
like, they on here?
Yeah, and everyone's, and even when it's the questions that Shay Shay asks them, and it's the way that they answer the questions as well. They're all being intentional on like what clip is about to be made from this, but. With the Breakfast Club, I think they notice all those things, and they want to stay current because they want to keep afloat. So of course the internet at one point internet really wanted Jess Hilarious on there. They hired her. So then she was on Breakfast Club or whatever. Great, happy. So she got pregnant, but she was still on there throughout her pregnancy until she had to leave for maternity leave. But when she was on there, I even noticed that Jess is a viral internet star, and she can bring the clicks and views, cool, right? But I feel like when she was actually on there, like when she really was hired and really was on there, I feel like the content wasn't really up to par. For example, like when they would talk about the different hot topics or different stories that would go on, I feel like she was ill prepared. I feel like they didn't really cover the basis of the actual story. A lot of times I would watch it and I'd be like, oh my God, no, this is wrong. What are you talking about? Like, oh my God, no, this. I would sit there and wish they said this and that, and like I'll be like, no, that's wrong. No, I know this info about this. Like I'll be upset that they weren't prepared. They didn't know the info that needed to be put out, right? So I was like, dang, they didn't even talk about this the right way. Like I can do it better than this. Like what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I felt for a little bit, right? Then she ended up going on maternity leave, because the thing is, this is the thing, right? With Angela Yee, I feel like Angela Yee is a little bit more well-rounded. Like even though she has like a nice she has like more of like a daintier personality. She has more of a feminine personality versus like Jess Hilarious. Like Jess Hilarious is more like outspoken, more extrovert. With Angela Yee, she has her humor or whatever. She has humor, and then she also has structure. You know what I'm saying? Like she can cover. She's a journalist as well, and she could sit there, with Charlamagne and Envy, and have enough humor, crack her little jokes, but then still get to the questions, get to the story, have all the details. She can read it. She can read the paper without stuttering and stampering over words. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Jess Hilarious. Another thing that bothered me is that she wouldn't read things properly, and it would kind of bother me with that too. Like her delivery would bother me. It would be all over the place sometimes. But anyway, so Jess Hilarious ended up leaving for maternity leave, and they had Loren LoRosa fill in for her while she was gone. Right. Loren LoRosa is amazing. I feel like she fills the Angela Yee slot perfectly. Like I feel like she's a journalist. She's a journalist. Like she came from TMZ. She is a journalist, and she also has humor. She can also spar with Charlamagne and Envy, and like you know what I'm saying. All those things. It's good. Like she is good. So the internet loved Loren, right? And then when Jess came back, it was another shift again, because it's like we were used to Loren and her level of professionalism or her level of work ethic, and then Jess came back on where it was like, damn, like we're shifting back to how Jess, and this is no shade, we're shifting back to Jess where like she has her humor and she has her own personality, and she brings what she brings to the table, but it doesn't bring what we need for this news pop culture segment, right? Because her segment was called Jess with the Mess, of course, because we know her by that, right? So yes, the internet was sounding off with that. The internet felt that way or whatever, and so I guess of course they're looking at the comments. The producers are looking at the comments, so they want the audience. The audience decides, guys. At the end of the day, the audience decides. So they would have Loren do Jess's segment for her, and they would still call it Jess with the Mess. And then people started like comparing them, and it started being a situation. So this is where things kicked off, right? Where because I always felt like behind the scenes they see it, they know it is going. This is what's going on. So it really kicked off when Corey Holcomb was on a podcast, and he was talking, because him and Corey Holcomb and Jess Hilarious have their own history of beef. They've been beefing for so many years, whatever, right? According to Envy, they've been beefing for 11 years, and I think they have. Like they've been beefing since Jess's son was like a toddler or whatever.
Corey beef with everybody.
Oh, he do? He probably do.
He just be saying, he say what he feels.
Yeah, I don't see him until he's saying something nasty about somebody. So maybe it is he beef with everybody. I don't know. But anyway, so he was on some podcast and he was ripping Jess a new one and saying like all the things that people are saying online and and some more things. And so I guess that kind of kicked it off where Jess later on that day she went on Instagram Live and spilled the tea for us. Like, you know, she talked about how frustrated she was. She talked about how, you know, she feels like Charlamagne and Envy don't come to her defense publicly. She has behind the scenes she has asked questions about Loren, like, you know, because she came back from maternity leave and Loren was still there, and then Loren is doing her segment. It's called Just With the Mess, but Loren is doing it. So it's giving off you don't think that I could do my job, my segment. So she was saying like she was asking production like what's going on, like why she's still here, what's going on, whatever. So production is telling her, oh, you know, we always you know thought about maybe having a fourth seat, and she's like, what? No, because I'm on contract. Like I signed up to be the third mic. I signed up to be with Charlamagne and Envy. Nothing ever mentioned fourth seat at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that would be crazy.
But she kept asking that. Like she kept like saying like what's going on, because mind you, like they hired her, right? And she's been there for like a year and some change, maybe 2 years almost. Right. But it's like, what are you trying? Like, are you trying to phase me out? Like, what are you trying to do? This is weird. You have her on here. No one's telling me anything, and you have her doing my segment. She's only on camera when she's doing my segment. What's going on? Are you phasing me out? And I get why she would ask that. So it was drama with that. They wouldn't tell her anything, and then she was complaining about how Charlamagne and Envy didn't have her back. And so she was saying a lot, like, you know, let me see if I can actually pull up a little bit of it so you guys can hear something. So just for the plot, y'all, just for the plot. No, this is Heard on the Curb, honey. This is Heard on the Curb by me. It's only me, honey.
My bad.
I'm gonna play a little clippity clip of Jess Larry's on Instagram Live, and then I'm gonna talk about how they confronted each other.
Okay.
News. I'm like, all right, look, that's our segment. Take me off that. Y'all give her that. Take me off that. This is her segment now. This is no longer Just With the Mess. You know, got dark fast as a mother. Okay. I said, take me off that. This is no longer my segment. I said it. Take me off of that.
So Jess is explaining how she's like, why is she only doing my segment? Take me off the segment and make it about Loren. Name it Loren's Corner, Loren's this. So now it's a segment called The Latest with Loren. But she was saying like, you know, whatever. And then also she mentioned in the Instagram Live, she said that, you know, even DJ Envy and Charlamagne told her like, you know, do you want her in the room? Because when she kept asking why she's still here, like, they would ask her like, do you want her in the room? Like, if you don't want her in the room, we don't have to have her in the room. But she's like, no, she can be in the room. She's good at what she does. I just don't like how I'm asking y'all what's going on. No one's telling me what's going on, and then she's only talking during my segment. That's a problem for me. And then, you know, they would do segments together, and at one point, like, they will over talk each other. And then there were clips where they would see Jess Hilarious basically telling her to shut up and hush and be quiet. Wait, I'm talking. And it was starting to get a little bit hostile on air. Mm-hmm. And, you know, she explained that. So then she also mentioned that you notice that on a few episodes Jess is not there and Loren is just filling in for her completely. Jess started picking up comedy shows, so she's actually on tour as well, doing shows and stuff. And she said, like, you know, I just said, F it, I'm gonna just pick up some more shows because the money's good over there too, and I have more fun doing stand up. And I really wanted this Breakfast Club position, but right now I'm having more fun doing stand up. And I don't blame her, because I feel like you're phasing me out. Even though I'm on contract, it's giving. When my contract is up, it's feeling like I'm up, and it's like I need to make sure that I'm stay true to myself, and I need to make sure that I keep my brand running. Yeah. So let me go. Yeah, go ahead. Let Loren sit right here. I'm gonna go pick up some more shows real quick. Right. And I'm gonna stay within my roots. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, let's go to the next slide.
It's ran like a high school. Yeah. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High. Fair East Side High. Before Mr. Clark, though. Like when he first got there. Mm-hmm. I don't have no reason to f*** on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back, because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these doing up here that I don't like. Okay, got it. It's her segment. I went to the person who does the intros, the sound. Went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Loren her intro. Take Jess with the mess all day. She says, things can't just change like that. Why the not? Why not? Y'all changing everything else, and I'm the only one that don't know. My group don't know nothing. Just with the.
So, I just think that I don't think that, you know, there's some people that don't like Jess Hilarious, and that, you know, their opinions on this are swayed one way. Right, there's some people that are mutual, and they you know, they're saying, like, you know, they understand where she's coming from, and some people are, you know, are on Loren's side, and they're saying, like, you know, Loren is better for the job. Loren's more qualified than Jess Hilarious. And I just feel like, you know, Jess Hilarious does fit the Angela Yee mold more than Jess does. I mean, Loren fits the Angela Yee mold that more than Jess does. But it's just the fact that, like, because it seems like, you know, I mean, I like the fact that it's two women and two men. That's cool for me. If it's, you know, let it be more of a podcast, because it's more of a podcast anyway. Let it be more of a podcast. Even though, like, I don't know if you guys consider 4 people to be too many people for a podcast, but I think it's cool. But I feel like the fact that Loren is involved in it is because Jess is lacking in that area where we're used to consuming the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Okay. Yes. So Loren was doing a great job while she was there, and, you know, it's giving that. I feel like they gave her a job there now. So now they gave her a title of, like, senior news producer. I guess she orchestrates the topics and things like that, because of course she does it, you know, better than Jess does. Fine, great. So I guess they're giving her that title, or like floating her in that way. But she works at the Breakfast Club now. She works there now. It's giving that she has like a slot there. You know, I mean, I just feel like I knew that Jess coming out saying this was going to give mixed reviews, and she was going to be claimed to be jealous or this or that. I'm not mad at Jess doing that. I'm not mad at her doing that, because I feel like she spoke on it, and I feel like, you know, now when I let it play out, I feel like now they've had a couple episodes, you know, after the fact, you know, they had her the day after the whole Instagram live, they came on air and they confronted each other, her and Loren and all you know, Charlamagne and Envy, and I just feel like, you know, Jess laid it out on the table, and her main thing was, you know, like, y'all aren't telling me anything. She's only talking during my segment, and you know, what's going on here? Like, why is this? Like, what's going on here? I feel like we're fighting for airtime. What's going on here? And I feel like the whole I will say I feel like Charlamagne and Envy were purposely dismissing her. They were purposely not getting the point. I feel like they were gaslighting her. I do think they were gaslighting her. They claim, like, don't look at the comments, Jess. You can't look at the comments, whatever. I'm like, all y'all look at the comments. Y'all all look at the comments. Even the freaking producers of the freaking show, like, the audience chose Jess. You guys hired Jess because the audience chose her. The internet kept saying, pick Jess, pick Jess, pick Jess. You all are doing, and now you kept Loren because everyone says, keep Loren, keep Loren, keep Loren. That's why you guys kept Loren, because we all are saying, keep Loren, keep Loren. She's better. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all all look at the comments. But she also revealed that she complained to Charlamagne about how, you know, what the internet would say about her versus Loren, and about how, like, she told Loren to shut up one time on air, and she said that Charlamagne texted her and said, play into it, give us some more drama. So, like, they want to keep viral moments. They want to, because they want to keep up with all of the other platforms that are out there that are really viral. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of platforms. But yeah, they hashed it out on air. People kept saying, "Oh, why is this not handled behind the scenes?" Hush. Jess literally just explained that she tried to handle it behind the scenes, and they were acting stupid. So they were playing dumb when she tried to ask them behind the scenes. So yes, it got hashed out on air, and I'm glad it got hashed out on air, because, you know, y'all are comparing these two women, and I feel like, you know, both Jess Hilarious and Loren LoRosa are two self-made. They're two self-made women. They built themselves up. We saw how Jess Hilarious built herself up. Right. I'm just now becoming familiar with Loren LoRosa, but I follow her now. I'm follow her TikTok. I follow her Instagram. I'm tapped into what she's doing. I follow her on Twitter. I'm tapped into what she's doing. Like, I love seeing her build herself up, and the fact that she came from a platform like TMZ, I feel like she is definitely legitimized for sure. Oh, for sure. I will say this though, and I have a question for you about something. another internet argument about Just Hilarious was that, oh, you guys hired her, but she's not even qualified. She's not qualified because of the way she delivers, you know, the news, and, you know, how kind of shaky it is with her delivery. And at first, I would agree with it. Like I said, I felt like Loren LoRosa is more well-rounded. But when it comes to being qualified, I don't want to ever. I no longer agree with the she's not qualified argument, only because she's there because she got herself there. She's there because she worked her way up to the point where the Breakfast Club hired her. Right. So Just Hilarious is qualified. When any space that Just Hilarious is in, I feel like she's qualified because she worked her way up there from the ground up. We saw her on the internet work her way up to this status. She's in every room that she's in. I feel like she worked her way. I love that she's from Maryland, by the way. I love that. But I feel like any room that Just Hilarious is in, she worked her way into that room. So she's qualified to me. Right. Whether you like her material or not, she's qualified to me. Loren LoRosa, I just became familiar with her. To me, she's qualified. Like her the way she delivers her talent, she's qualified to me. I love it. She's qualified as well. Right. But that's my whole thing with the whole qualified argument. Not like that's how I feel. What do you think? I have a question for you before you answer that. Go ahead. There's also like this internet running joke about, oh, you know, we need to make podcast mics more, you know, $1 million because we're tired of this, you know, whatever, right? And like I see that and I'm like, oh my God, are they talking about me? Is my podcast like, oh, like, you know, why does she have a mic? Do people think that about me? But I get insecure. I'm like, does that kind of shade my way? Like, I don't know. But because I didn't go to school for journalism, I didn't go to school for mass media. I went to school for graphic design. I have a graphic design degree. I am a graphic designer 9 to 5. But I make my bread and butter from graphic design. I work at a very respected publication. I'm not going to say it on air because I don't want to do that. But yes, I work for a very respected publication. I work in editorial design and I work in advertising design. But I don't have a podcast degree. I don't have a mass media degree. But I do have a degree in visual communication. I can tell you what CMYK means. I can tell you what RGB means. I can tell you what this means, that means. I can tell you what kerning means. I can tell you what letting means. I can tell you what tracking means. I can tell you what a drop cap is. I can tell you what I can tell you all that stuff. I can tell you why I'm using the blue color versus why I'm using the red color. I can tell you what I can, you know, whatever, right? But I don't know, like, you know, like when it comes to, you know, more let's say when it comes to more free or more expressive areas of a career like this, or, you know, like, do you need a degree? I mean, well, you know, school and college is, I'm always pushing for school and college. Get your certifications, get all that stuff, learn how to work your way up until getting certified or whatever. But am I working my way into becoming certified? Am I working my way into a profession? Because, you know, I feel like I've been doing it for a few years now. And I mean, I don't know, I mean, even though I didn't go to school for journalism, I've been podcasting for a little bit, and I feel like I created my own structure, and I understand the structure. I break it down to intro, I break it down to topics, I break it down to, you know, music segment, I break it down to outro, you know. So it's like, I mean, for me, do you think like, should a mic cost $1 million for me? Like what do you think? Like, you know, what do you think when it comes to people like me, where we buy a mic and we want to do something and we're going to work our way towards it without being certified in black and white on paper? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't care about, you know, what people think. Like, what people think that you gotta have a degree, you gotta have this type of thing. No, you gotta be interested, do the work. You just gotta do the work, to be honest, because you can have a degree all day, but if you're not doing the actual work, you're actually coming here every week, fucking talking, you behind the camera every week. You're doing it every week. Some people don't even do this every week. Some people don't even do this shit once. They probably do this shit once every 3 months or something. But no, do you? Because it's the same thing go for music. Anybody can
be a rapper.
Anybody can go to Guitar Center and get some equipment. But like, you gonna put the work in to be good, or you gonna be great? Like, It's all subjective, but. Yeah, that don't matter. No, college degree, all that stuff. Like,
okay, cool. So for me, what makes, like, do you feel like I'm legitimate in a way? Like, what, like, if you do feel like I'm legitimate in a way, like, what are some reasons why you would think that what I'm doing is legitimate versus someone that has a mic and they say dumb shit and then it's like, oh my gosh, why do they have a mic?
Well, the story, like the way you talk, the way you ask questions, all that stuff like that, the way you break down shit. That's a whole nother world. Like, some people could just be surface level with that Jess hilarious thing and Loren, but you go into detail with your journal. Yeah, you do the work too. That's the thing. Like, you actually do your research. The keyword research. Like, people don't research, but you actually do the research. You speak it well. It comes across well. You got your own voice. You got your own personality. You're not trying to be like anybody who got a fucking podcast. You're interesting too, so it's like all of that plays a part.
Because I'm like, what? Because I'm goofy or whatever.
Yeah, you got everything. You got crazy stories.
I know, right? Ooh, child, I lived a life, honey. But yeah, so that's how I feel. Like, I feel like both women are qualified because they are there for a reason. They worked their way there to just the same way Charlamagne is qualified because he worked his way his origin story with Wendy Williams. He worked his way to that, and he didn't even go to school for that. I think he said he did some night school or something like that, but he worked his way up in there. You know what I'm saying? DJ Envy worked his way in that room as well. I feel like everyone that is in their position is qualified because they got there for a reason. They worked their way into that seat.
They did the work. They did the actual work.
They did the work to be there. So it's like, I mean, it just goes down to like, do you like the work that they're giving you? That's what I feel like it is. I don't think Jess Hilarious should quit the Breakfast Club. I saw, after they went on air and addressed everything, in front of each other, in front of Envy and Charlamagne, they had a couple of interviews after that. They interviewed Felicia Rashad that same day later on, and then they interviewed Jonathan Majors as well. This past week, and it seems like it's more of a united. I love how they hash it out in front of everybody. So it's all the awkwardness is out of the room. It's no more. They addressed it head on, and all that stuff. So it feels like they're more intentional on being a united front. Right. It feels more positive. With Jess and Loren's exchanges with one another. Yeah, like Loren has her role, Jess has her role, Charla has his role, Envy has his role, and I feel like it's working fine in my opinion. After they address everything, let's see how the coming weeks come. But I don't think that Jess Hilarious should quit. She should not give up. No, fuck what anyone else has to say. I don't really have an issue. I don't really remember anything from top of my head. I don't really remember anything that was so offensive where I don't want to fuck with Jess Hilarious. But I know some people have their own issues with her, I guess. I don't know, whatever. So it's like, I see things online. People say, oh, fuck her because I don't like her because of that, whatever. But for me, I don't have any animosity towards her. So I definitely love to be a supporter. I definitely want to stay a supporter, stay a consumer when it comes to Jess Hilarious. And I'm also tapped in with Loren LoRosa too. So the brown girl grinding shirts are really cute. I think I might get one. But yes, there is that. Any more thoughts before we move on?
Nope, that was it. $2 million pod mic.
Right. Anywho, so Teyana Taylor came. So Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, they divorced, right? I think they've been divorced for like a year or so, right? So just a brief thing. So when they divorced, Teyana Taylor, they wanted all the info to be concealed. They wanted to be anonymous. They wanted to be anonymous. They didn't want any business out. They wanted to have a nice, clean, secretive divorce. At least Teyana did. So now I guess Teyana claims that she feels like Iman Shumpert is like leaking information on purpose. There's like a whole situation where like, oh, who's getting what in the divorce? Oh, it was a whole narrative about how Teyana was a gold digger or whatever. And people are like, no, Teyana Taylor is self-made, of course. Another self-made black woman. We've been knew Teyana Taylor. It was a whole thing. Like, we didn't know Teyana until Iman. Like, what? I didn't know Iman until Teyana. Listen, you know me. I don't know no NFL, no NBA, athlete. Nothing until they dating somebody. I'm tapped in with Teyana. I saw my Super Sweet 16 with Teyana. Teyana told me to Google her. She was Googleable at 16 years old. So I knew Teyana Taylor. I didn't know no damn Shumpert. I didn't know who the hell. No offense to him. I didn't know who. I don't even know who. I think he played for the Cavaliers at one point, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm right. Oh, ding ding ding. Who else he played for? Oh, he played for the Knicks. The New York Knicks. New York Knicks. Who else?
That's all I remember.
Okay.
I should play for him.
But I'm glad I know where these teams are. Yeah.
Now.
I'm doing better, right?
I mean, you should know.
Real quick though, I didn't know this was what kind of jersey this was, and J Rob was like, "Oh, you have a soccer jersey on." I'm like, "Soccer jersey? This is what this is? I don't know what the hell is this. A soccer jersey? What is this? What jersey is this, y'all?"
Soccer.
It is okay. Bet I love me a soccer. I love me a soccer. You know, SZA loves her little jersey. I feel like SZA a little bit. You know, she love a good. She be a hockey jersey.
Yeah,
okay.
Hockey. Yeah.
But this is a soccer one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Two different vibes.
Okay.
Y'all wear a hockey jersey next.
Okay. I'll go. Just try to see if I can get.
Nah, that shit look.
Maybe I'll screenshot and send it to you and let me know if it's a hockey one or not. I'll just go on Amazon and type in hockey jersey and I'll just get one. I'll just get one.
You'll get an Amazon Basics hockey jersey.
Not Amazon Basics. Anywho.
They sell everything.
So I mentioned that Normani and DK Metcalf got engaged last episode, but I forgot to mention that Teyana is like climbing Aaron Pierre's tree right now, and that was like Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa. He played Mufasa, and that is such a fine ass couple. I forgot to mention that, but with this whole situation with, you know, her, she's still having marriage drama and she's divorced. She went on Instagram Live and like spilled her heart out or whatever. She's like, what the hell? Like, what's all this stuff? We wanted this to be private and now it's coming up, and she feels like Iman is leaking things to the press on purpose out of spite. And she's like, damn, like I want to get my back blown out in peace. Like, I don't want to still have marriage issues, and I'm divorced, and I don't want to bring issues with my new boo. Like, let me get my back blown out in peace. I'm gonna play a little clip from her. I'm gonna play a little clip from her live. Hold on, here you go.
Thrown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old? That's a year old, y'all. Let's be fucking for real. Let's be real. And I'm like just so irritated because I didn't want none of this to come out from the beginning. So when people saying, for everybody that's saying, oh, well, this y'all celebrities, this is what come with it. No divorce stuff is private. It can absolutely stay private if you allow it to stay private. I'm going to give you one even better. We went to mediation that he did not show up to. Mediation avoids you from going to court. Sorry, my phone's dying. Mediation is for you to figure it out before you even have to take it to court. I'm not negotiating nothing. I don't want to da-da-da-da, boom, 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 boom. Now we got to go to court. Cool. We'll go to court because we can't figure it out. He won't show up to mediation. I'm stuck paying for that. Bet. Cool, we got to go to court. My biggest mistake, but something that I don't regret, was giving him the amount of grace that I gave him, because it only backfired on me. It only backfired on me because I gave a man grace who didn't give it back. So for y'all sitting there saying she want to see the father of her children in jail, I never said that. But most importantly, as the mother of his children, I told him I didn't feel safe. Niggas is saying, yeah, because if I was Shump, I would have offed that bitch. She would have to take her to see the king and da-da-da-da. I'm literally getting threats by grown men. By grown men. What if I want to get my back blown out in peace?
So Teyana's talking about how, you know, she was getting hate from the marriage info leak, and she was getting like death threats and all these things. Like, listen, black women are tired. Like, y'all love threatening y'all love being harmful towards us mentally, verbally, and physically. I'm all for black women queuing up the Instagram Live and letting people know what's going on, and expressing their feelings. Like, I'm not mad at her going on live talking her shit and, like, you know, explaining herself, and, you know, like, and I'm not mad at Jess Hilarious when she went on live and you know, told her told her truth. You know what I mean? So it's like, if she getting, like, y'all in this woman's business so deep, y'all giving this black woman death threats because you think that she's a gold digger to Iman Shumpert. Like, what? Excuse me? Like, y'all are crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. I wonder if Teyana Taylor would ever get married again. Like, I wonder if, you know, people that go through divorces like this, and like messy divorces, you know, like, would you ever get married again? Like, because this day, and I feel like times are different now, where like, what's the marriage statistics nowadays? Are people still getting married a lot, or is it like a one-off thing? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I see a lot of wedding stuff. But
you just okay?
Yeah, I don't know statistics.
Would you get married, J. Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I see. Well, for me, like, used to want to get. Marriage was like the goal for me, like growing up.
Until you got older.
But like now, like I mean, I'm not opposed to marriage, but now, well, you know, when I find my man, you know, I feel like if we get married, but before we get married, we need to have a conversation and we need to come to an understanding of why are we getting married? Do we need to get married? Do us being married, does that make any sense? Like, we need to have like an honest discussion, because I'm not getting married for optics.
Right.
I'm getting married for myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like marriage, you know, love is only a small percentage of marriage. Marriage is a business agreement. You see how Teyana and Iman, they had to split you get these cars, you get these cars, you get this house, you get this house, you get this tour bus, I'll get that tour bus. We're going to do this, you get that, keep this and keep that. That's too much. That's too much.
That's a lot.
That's too much, because with the marriage, the goal is to be married forever.
That is the goal.
You shouldn't be thinking about no divorce and no nothing. So I just feel like, you know, if I do get married, or when I get married, or you know, when I find my man, I'm gonna have my healthy, happy family. But when I find my man, I want to make sure that, you know, this is marriage something that we both is it necessary for both of us. Like, I don't mind having that conversation, and I don't mind coming out on the end of that, married or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. The love should be strong enough. The loyalty should be strong enough. The bond should be strong enough where we don't need a contract.
Right.
So that's just how I feel right now. Maybe it'll change. I don't know. That's how I feel. Anywho, child, did I bookmark this? Ooh, I don't know. I don't think I bookmarked it. Fudge. But next. Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors has a movie coming out today. Oh, it came out yesterday, Friday. It's called Magazine Dreams. It's in theaters now, guys. And this week, at the top of the week, Rolling Stone actually released a recording of Jonathan talking to the woman, his ex-girlfriend Jabari. Her last name is Jabari. He was admitting, you know, on the video recording that he did strangle her. And that, you know, that this is, he's already been convicted on 2 counts and, you know, all those things. And he has a movie coming out this week. So this all came out this week before his movie. And Jonathan still has to do press for his movie. He still did his press this week. He still did it this week. But he also married Meagan Good this week as well, after the recording came out.
Congratulations.
Do I have the recording? Let me see.
That boy going through it.
Damn it. Let me see if I can find it. I thought I bookmarked it. Maybe I didn't. Let me see.
You gonna see the movie?
We're gonna talk about it. Okay. I'm gonna play the leaked audio of Jonathan Majors admitting to strangling Grace Jabari right now.
I'm ashamed. I've never gone out. I never wrestled with a woman before. And it's just, I've never aggressed a woman. I aggressed you. Like,
you strangled me and pushed me against the car.
All those things are under aggressed.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's never happened to me. So
because I said something sarcastically, if in your eyes.
Clearly it's more than that.
Yeah.
Clearly
something inside of you.
Yeah, towards you.
So it was a convo between Grace Jabari and Jonathan Majors, and she was saying, you strangled me, and he was like, yes, that all falls under aggressed, like, you know. And he was saying, like, I've never done that before, and this and that. And she's saying, like, you know, it's because you thought I was being sarcastic about something. He was like, well, no, it was more than that. Like, basically saying, like, oh, I wouldn't just do that for that, like, little thing, but, you know, whatever, right? And this all happened this week. And then a couple days after that, you know, there was him and Meagan Good got married. You know, his mother flew in. They got married in front of, you know, his mom and her mom. They were the witnesses, and you know, they had a speedy marriage, you know. And of course, this looks like damage control. I mean, they were already engaged, but you know, before they were engaged, Meagan Good was going with him to court every court date. So there was that. And then, you know, he only got 2 counts. then this leaked audio came out. You know, because the thing is, like, after his 2 counts, it was starting to you know, get a little bit better. Like, people, you know, the smoke was kind of starting to clear a little bit, and people were, you know, it was starting to become a redemption story with Jonathan Majors. And then now this leaked audio came out, and then the next day, oh, Jonathan and Meagan got married, and then now he's on his press run, his 2-3 day press run for Magazine Dreams that's coming out. That came out already. You know, so it's like it's just like wow. So it's like now, like, we can't pretend like he didn't do anything. People keep bringing up, oh, she was chasing him down the street in New York. They keep trying to bring that up, it's, you know, whatever. But, you know, he's going to these interviews, you know, of course, I guess he's vetting these platforms first, because, like, of course, like, these interviews, they're on his side, they're uplifting him, you know, they're Team Jonathan with the Breakfast Club, and you know, Sherry Shepherd on her show, they're all, like, you know, on his side. They're trying to uplift him because they just feel like there's plenty of white men in the industry that have done way worse.
Oh, for sure.
That still have careers.
For sure.
They turn a blind eye. They still have careers. So they're like, okay, they want to uplift this black man and still help him have a career, even though he might have been he might have been involved in domestic violence with someone, or allegedly. I'll say allegedly, but the audio came out and he confirmed, like, he, you know, but he was involved in being violent towards his significant other. And then on top of that, it's extra messy because was Meagan the girl that he was texting in the car that made Grace Sabari mad? And then Megan's in court with him each date, and then now they were engaged, and then now after the audio leaked, oh my gosh, they're married now. And then he's doing his press run, and he has to get this movie out. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a lot to unpack here. So, like, you know, I'm not mad at nobody thinking this is, because at first people really thought that, you know, is Meagan hired for damage control? Was she hired? But now it's like, girl, I don't know. Like, it's like, this is okay. I guess you want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, what's going on? But I mean, I don't know. I like, for me, I can't pretend anymore like that he was guilty, that he's not guilty, because he clearly admitted that he did this. But now I think it's more so, okay, it's a choice of, do I still want to support him? Because I really was looking forward to seeing Magazine Dreams. I'm still constantly whether I want to see it or not. I was talking to my coworker the other day, and I was like, hey, like, you know, like, am I a bad person, like, or am I a bad woman for still wanting to see his movie? And she was telling me, she was like, well, I mean, think about it, like, if you want to go see it, think about it like this, like, you're still supporting the filmmaker, the workers, the this, the that, the screenwriters, all these other folks. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I sound silly right now, guys. I'm being transparent. I still have interest in the work. I mean, I don't know this. I don't know Jonathan Majors personally. I'm just interested. I know the actor.
Right.
I know Lovecraft Country. I know Creed 3.
Mm-hmm. Separate the
you know what I'm saying,
person from the art,
like, people bring up R. Kelly as an example of, oh, you know, people still bump R. Kelly, but R. Kelly's in jail. Like, if you bump R. Kelly or not, he's still in jail.
Yeah,
he's still in jail. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know, like, you know, am I not supporting women if I want to consume Jonathan Majors' work? I don't know. Like, and like, you know, if this was me, if I was a victim of domestic violence by the hands of Jonathan Majors, would I want someone to still support him? Like, you know, how did Rolling Stone get this leaked audio? Was Grace the one that sent the leaked audio to Rolling Stone? Was she feeling spiteful because it's looking like he's on his redemption journey, and he got fine ass Meagan Good, and Meagan Good allegedly was probably the girl that he was texting in that car? Like, what? Like, was it spite? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, you know, what do you think, Jonathan? What do you think? What do you think, J. Rob? I mean, your name is Jonathan.
Not today.
What you think? Like, you know, like, what you think about people still supporting? Like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, he's, you know, I will say these interviewers they're not ignoring the questions. They're asking him about the leaked audio. Yeah, they're asking him all the questions because it's right here in our freaking faces. They're asking him the questions, right, but they're still being positive towards him, and he's not really addressing it full on. Mm-hmm. He's just keeping it positive, he's like staying in his faith and keeping it positive, because that's what he has to do, because he's trying to sell this. This is his career. I don't know if people would have felt better if he was more upfront with his situation instead of denying it. Maybe if he was I mean, after the court situation, after it was said and done in court, like maybe he could have come forth and like, you know, addressed and been more accountable with his actions, and then done it that way, or instead of denying it, instead of letting people run with the narrative of, oh, white woman chasing black man, instead of people making it, people would use the Emmett Till references when it comes to that. Like, it's crazy, but he clearly admit on audio that he did strangle her. So I mean, I don't know. Like what do you think? Like, do you like? How do you think about what do you think of if you want? Like, you know, I love Craft Country. I love Creed 3. Sidebar. Michael B. Jordan, him and Michael B. Jordan got really close during Creed 3, sure. And it felt like they were working on other projects. And Michael B. Jordan, I might be wrong, but I'm gonna just say this. Michael B. Jordan has a new movie coming out soon called Sinners, and he's playing like a twin or whatever, and it just feels like to me that Jonathan was supposed to be in this movie, and they had to part ways publicly a bit, and he had to like be a twin or whatever in the movie. I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna go see the movie or whatever, but I don't know how that's gonna work. I just feel like it's weird. But it's like, it feels like from the trailers and stuff, it feels like this is supposed to be Jonathan Major's role. He was supposed to be the evil brother or whatever. Right. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's just like, do you what do you think about this? Like, what do you think about people? If people still want to support his stuff, if people still want to consume his art, what do you think about it? Would you not want to consume it? Like, what do you think?
I'm a person who can separate that personal life stuff from the art. So,
but like, what about you? Like, I'm sure you don't support men hitting women. I'm sure you don't support domestic violence of any form.
Definitely don't.
But it's like, are you supporting domestic violence of any form by still consuming his art?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
Maybe we can think of it as because he's still reaping what he sowed, though. He's still going through some scrutiny.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, he still got fired from Marvel. Like, you
right.
know. But there was a rumor that they might let him hop back on the Marvel train. I don't know, but I don't know.
I don't know, but I get that that other perspective as well, like supporting the screenwriters and the director. I get that point as well, but. Yeah, I'd probably like. If I watched the movie, I will watch the movie. You know, but yeah, I definitely don't support like beating women and shit like that. Like,
or women beating men. I don't support domestic violence of any form.
Any kind. Yeah, of any kind. I don't support none of that. So
yeah.
But I can separate the two, so it don't matter to me.
Maybe it would be different if they were getting away with it. And they were like repeat offenders, and they were right. I don't know, serial abusers. I don't know. Well, that's a question for
that's
the chat.
That's a good question for the crowd.
Whatever.
What the fans think.
Sound off in the comments. Anywho, lastly, and this is really quick, Kanye West, man, you are letting me down. You used to be my favorite artist. I used to love Kanye West. I used to love him, but he went on his Twitter rant all throughout the week. One of the things, I'm not gonna cover everything. He said some crazy stuff, but one of the things that might get him roped up for real, is that he mentioned, he said F Jay-Z, F Beyonce, F they whole family. He called their two younger children, they slow with the R word. They called them retarded. He said that, and I was like, damn, it's given. Jay-Z might go back to his Brooklyn roots and might have to handle him, quietly. It is mysteriously, Kanye West is mysteriously missing. Where is he at? I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? I was thinking Jay-Z might handle it, his way, but they say that Jay-Z and Beyonce are looking into handling it legally. Right. They're seeking a legal action, and I think they are, because Beyonce daddy came out and was like, yeah, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Like,
Matthew on it.
Yeah. So I don't know what the legal action would be. I don't know, because you sue could a billionaire sue a billionaire for like what you finna get, what you finna do? I don't know.
Defamation or something. But I mean, I'm sure they heard worse things. But Kanye
they both have the money to. They both have the money to do. I don't know.
Kanye does shit like once a year.
But no, he didn't say F Jay-Z, F Beyonce, and F they retarded. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the legal action would be.
He got up the level every time he do it.
I'm just trying to figure out what the legal action could be. What the legal action could be.
I don't know.
Could they get the Yeezy brand taken down or something? I don't know. Yeah. But they also said that Kim is seeking sole custody of the kids because this is crazy. And he's helping her get sole custody. This is crazy because this is this is detrimental to your kids. Like you have other billionaires seeking legal action towards you, and that could take food out your kids' mouths. Yeah. For real.
Damaged relationship.
You're messing up. You already damaging your legacy. You're damaging your legacy, which damages your children's legacy. You're sure. Kanye West. And Northwest is the moment. She's that girl right now. So it's like you're really, And then he said something like, "Oh, Kim is keeping my black kids from me. This white woman is keeping my black kids from me." Like you chose to be with this you chose to have black kids with this white woman, sir. Anyway, I'm not too much on him. I'm tired, but he's crazy. And hopefully, listen, next time find something safe to do. Leave people kids alone. And I'm tired. Anywho, anything else you want to discuss before we get to the music and shows and we be done?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. Should I do music first? Okay. This one I haven't listened to the Doja Cat Jack Harlow song yet. I meant to listen to it on my way here, but I forgot. But I listened to JT's new song Ran Out. I like it. Very Miami, very, very like grunge, hip hop, emo, grunge, rock star, Rick Owen type grunge. I like JT. I think JT is hard. I like her. She's in her lane. It's very much city girl, but it's city girl it's like a city girl 2.0. It's elevated. I love how JT is in her fashion bag. I love that she's at Fashion Week. I love that she's partying at Rick Owens' house with his wife. Like she's really stepping into her own. She's really building her brand. She's really building herself. Yeah. And I feel like JT probably end up being a fashion icon. She's another dark skinned girl that I love. That's getting love that I love. And I was talking to my friend Jonathan, my other friend Jonathan. Because we went to we're like, listen, we are on the JT train, honey. We are on the JT journey with her. Okay, when she was doing those club appearances, that club tour that she did, we were there when she went to Baltimore. We were there at her first tour date in DC at Howard Theater. And I'm on this journey with her. But I was talking to him because we read comments and stuff, we discuss things, and people were saying, about her, Ran Out and stuff. People were saying, oh, people were saying their thing, right? Anyway, people were saying their thing. But I was telling him, I was just like, I don't look at JT for, I feel like she can rap. But I don't look at JT for lyrics per se. Only because I enjoy her debut project. Mm-hmm. Not album, but it's a debut project, City Cinderella. I enjoy it, but I feel like there's some parts of her like lyrical delivery where it's like, okay, she needs to brush up on her skills some. I feel like she's still kind of learning how to rap, but it was just fine. But like I feel like I can tell like a little bit of awkward parts here and there when I listen to her music and stuff, her songs and stuff. But I don't come to her for lyrics. I feel like she has great delivery, she has great bars, but I don't look at her like a lyrical gymnast. I don't look at her like that. Mm-hmm. But I enjoy the vibe of her music. I enjoy her attitude. I enjoy her accent. Right. I enjoy her look and her visuals. Right. I love what she's doing. I feel like she's in her own lane. And I feel like we need it. We don't always need a lyrical girl all the time, but we do have Doechii, and I love that. I love that we're uplifting Doechii. I'll keep saying that. I'll say that again, over and over and over again. I love that. And I love how they both were at the D Square Fashion Show performing, and they had Naomi Campbell with them too. That's great. But I don't look at JT for that. So I love what she gives to us, mm-hmm. and I love the pocket that she's in, and I love that. So that's what I like from her. That's what I want to keep getting from her, and I'm happy with what she's giving us. Mm-hmm. I am, and I'm happy with that. And people were saying in the comments about the new Ran Out song. They were saying that it was giving city girls. They could hear Young Miami on the track. I guess I agree with that. I mean, JT's still a city girl, so it's still city girl JT. Period. Right. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like JT's work, her solo work, is way more elevated. Even though it's the same, it's giving off the same vibe of like, oh, you know, I'm a city girl, my man, like, you know, I'm that bitch, I'm a bad bitch, like whatever. I feel like it's an elevated. It's an elevated art form. It's a more seasoned city girl, in my opinion. I feel like JT makes way better music solo than what she did with Carisha, in my opinion.
For sure.
That's how I feel. Lastly, did you have any music you want to bring up?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
No. Okay. Lastly, on the TV show segment, Seen and Heard. The Heard part was already talked about with JT. Go ahead, stream ran out by JT. But with the Seen, I'm still watching Duplicity by Tyler Perry on Prime, so I'm not done with that yet. But I mean, I'm not done with it yet. And you know what? I'm not done with it yet. I'm gonna finish it. I will say this though: we have our Tyler Perry critiques. I'm just accepting it at this point, and it is what it is. You know, I love. You know, he got some fine ass actors on the screen, so I enjoy looking at it. I'll say that. So then for Could Have Been Love by Druski. The finale came on the other night, and spoiler alert, Bambi won, and that was a great decision. It came down to Bambi and Switcheroo, and it made sense because those were the two that went. Those were two of the girls that went the hardest for Druski. I feel like Bambi was the entertainment aspect of it. She kind of carried the show entertainment wise. Her and Meatball, by the way, I'll say that. I'll keep saying that. Meatball, you know. But then Switcheroo, Switcheroo, she brought the sexiness of it. So it came down to those two. This last episode though was very entertaining. Switcheroo, aka Tyler, and Meatball got into like a squabble. They fought like 3 times. They fought like they squared up like about 3 times that episode. They squared up about 3 different times that episode. So that was entertaining. And I will say this though. So I think that, you know, even though like Druski is not attracted to Bambi, you know what I'm saying? I know he's not, but she won because she deserved that money. That $50K, that, you know, it was you were competing for his love and $50,000, and she got that check. And I feel like she deserved that money because she carried the show. She did. Everyone, even if you don't like her or not, you can still say that she carried that show. Bambi carried Could Have Been Love. She did.
Shout out to Bambi.
But, you know, of course, I feel like Druski. I feel like Druski is going to have a season 2 because you have to. Like, that's the formula. Flavor of Love 1, Flavor of Love 2.
Yeah, how many seasons was Flavor of Love?
I think it was 2.
Okay.
I think it was 2. So, if you, Druski, are still following the guidelines that the legends came before you did, you're going to have a season 2. I think you should. I think you will. You're going to have a season 2. And I think... So Switcheroo, obviously, you know, she was one of the only ones that made out with Druski on the show, and I knew that Druski is attracted to her. I know he is, but I think exactly because we all were sad that Meatball left, because Meatball also made the show just the same way Bambi did, and Meatball actually is a popular influencer. So I definitely think that on next season you could probably have maybe you could have Meatball come back on one of the segments where like they're testing the girls the same way you had Young and May and like Bobby Althoff and all them and Dr. Umar, whatever. He could probably have, you know, Meatball guest star for a segment, because you have to, because him and Meatball are cool, because she was in one of his little commercials, on the show. Right. She was in one of his SeatGeek commercials, I think, or whatever, for the show. But definitely have Meatball come back as a guest star on there, and then maybe you could probably bring back Switcheroo to mix things up in the house. Like, bring her back, act like you're like this the same way Flavor Flav did with New York, where on the second, because the first season he eliminated New York and picked Hoops. That didn't work out with Hoops. Then the second season he He picked Hoops the first season of Flavor of Love. Then the second season he picked Delicious. So he picked Delicious over New York. So it came down to New York and Hoops on the first season. He picked Hoops. Then the second season he brought back New York. And then it came down to New York and Delicious, and he picked Delicious. So I think because Switcheroo definitely brings like the fire to the show. She's definitely problematic, and she definitely has the sex appeal. So I feel like he should definitely bring back Switcheroo the same way Flavor Flav brought back New York. Have her come there as like, oh, the advisor, or like, oh, let me see if the girls are really down for you, and then end up having her stay as a contestant again. Right? She could probably squabble up with some more girls on there. Threaten, it could be threatening to them to have her back on the show or whatever, because she's the only one that actually made out with Druski on that show, and then eliminate her again. And like, it comes that the final two is Switcheroo and whatever other girls there, and then eliminate her again, and then if everything works out, because Switcheroo, I follow her now because she's from Baltimore as well. Her name is Tyler. I think her name is Tyler or whatever. I follow her on Instagram. I follow her on TikTok. I'm tapped into to Switcheroo on social media. I feel like she's starting to get booked and stuff, because she was just booked in DC at Abigail. She was booked at Abigail, the other night. So she's climbing up there. So if she becomes more like, if she becomes like if she becomes like an elevated influencer, definitely have her back on the show, eliminate her again, and maybe Druski can branch off and have a For the Love of Switcheroo or whatever the fuck, and he can have it under his umbrella of Could Have Been, and then he can have his New York, and then it could be like a thing.
Right.
I don't know. That's my idea. Because you're gonna have season 2, because this was a successful YouTube show for sure. So definitely do that.
I think I had you on the team.
Yeah, hire me for a consultant or something. I don't know. Or like I could be like a commentator or something. Because I feel like for season 2, for the first season he had Young M.A., Bobby, and Dr. Umar were guests. For season 2, he definitely should have Meatball as like someone to come in, because he was like, she had experience or whatever. But his guests should definitely be like Kai Cenat or like Phantom or somebody, because Kai Cenat, Phantom, Agent, and all them, they've been reviewing the shows each episode. So definitely have one of them come in and be a guest person or whatever, and like it can be elevated each season. So yeah, I'm definitely down for that. I think this was a great idea.
Producer,
this was a great idea. Yeah. Anything you want to discuss before we head out? Any shows, any movies?
I'm watching A Different World now.
Oh, okay. A rewatch. Okay.
Okay.
You see Young Jada.
Oh,
are you on the Tupac episode yet?
I ain't on that episode. I'm on season 2 right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm on, Whitley. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's where I'm at. But that shit's fire. I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
All right then.
No.
Anything else?
Getting back on my old show. What's that movie you told me to watch?
No, the show Paradise on Hulu. You didn't watch it yet?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I got
watch it. Go watch it. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it after.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish Duplicity tonight, and I need to watch Honora. That's also on Hulu. Those are my things on my list to watch.
Okay. That's it for me though. A Different World.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for listening to Herd the Podcast. HERD the podcast. YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, Google, Apple Podcasts, all those places. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. Do it again. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Okay.
And
appreciate
Tubi.
you. Go ahead. Turn it on.
And Tubi.
Ooh, I would love to have a Tubi segment on. Ooh, listen, a Tubi stream. Listen, okay.
Did you know the owner of the CEO of Tubi is a woman, right?
Ooh, really?
You didn't know that?
I did not know that. Is she black?
No, I think she's Indian.
Okay, she's a colored girl. It's still giving colored girls. Still giving for colored girls. Yes.
For colored girls.
Period.
And around Grand Rising.
Oh my God, no, you're giving Grand Rising, sir. Okay, listen.
The Grand Rising.
Listen, okay.
Look.
Anywho, all right, guys, peace.
Good morning, Queen.
You done?
Good morning.
Peace. We good? Cut the camera off, J-Rob. Jonathan. It's been the episode of it's been a week of Jonathan. Okay.
Who are you talking? She's talking to Majors. She's talking to Majors.
Jonathan Robinson.
She's talking to Majors right now.
We have similar last names, by the way.
Huh?
We have similar last names, by the way. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Bye. I'm turning this off. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.